We are back. Here at the AbbaCado Show, we're doing the Wheel of Cheese. If you've never seen the Wheel of Cheese is a cheese full of wheel. It's a wheel full of cheesy requests from anybody who wants to come here and request a song that we listen to. It's not a dono boost or anything. It's just you put your name on the form, you say what kind of song you want, and nothing longer than 7 minutes. That's the only full stop. But other than that, it could be any kind of music, any style, any flavor, any genre. We're just having fun here. So I'm going to do a nice fun run of Wheel of Cheese right now, considering I just made popcorn, and that in itself, if you would have been here on the stream, you got to come over here and sign up on Twitch, because there's a lot of stupid things that happens to me in the middle of my stream, of which my Catos here will attest to, that I am old. These guys, if you notice, right about now, as soon as I say old man emotes, my Catos have collected some of the coolest old man emotes that represent every time I do something very old manish. And Quado. That's right. Patty Cake's there with that big run of Quado, because my hernia came back, and now he comes out and he looks like Quado. And he has his own voice. Quaid. What are you doing, Quaid? Yeah. So, anyhow, Wheel of Cheese. Let's do this. I'm refreshing my list right now. It's a brand new list. And let's see what we got here. You guys ready for Wheel of Cheese? Let's cheese it. Oh my God, Rick Quado. No, Aman. That's hilarious. Guys, did you see what Aman put there? All right, let's go. Let's refresh the list. Let me know if you see your name here. Oh my God, there's a lot of cheese, guys. This is a jumbo cheese. This is queso pobre. Can you guys see your name? All right, let's do this, guys. Wheel of Cheese, first spin of the day. All right. Doink. Here we go. Who's our first winner? Boom! Jake! Oh my goodness. Jake, let's see what Jake wants. Jake would like us to check out some alternative music, according to the genre here. Fresh new track from a couple weeks ago featuring both the recent and return to the band lead vocalist and the lead vocalist that had replaced him when he left. Okay. So Jake wants us to listen to here the winner on the Wheel of Cheese. The name of the song is Kill Me Fast, and the name of the band is 3 Days Grace. Have you guys heard of 3 Days Grace? I think this is going to be a first time listen for me, because that's what happens here on the AbbaCado Show. Let's go. Great track. Something, Jake, about this track too that I really, I was kind of focused on is the song structure. So this is a really super contemporary song structure, kind of thinking it that in it to a minute to win it. You guys heard me say that quite a few times. Like, they were into the hook already by about 50 seconds and again by about 140. There was a great, dynamic between the verse and the hook. Obviously, that's really good contemporary songwriting styles and production styles. And then the beginning of the hook on the way out dropped everything except the vocal. It was still the hook, the vocal, and the cleaner guitar tone, and then bursted it out there. But the whole build up into the hook was really super solid, super strong. And the guy had a great voice. I don't know, you guys were telling me that, this is an original singer, and then another singer may have came in, and then that singer was gone and he's back. But there sounded like there was a bit of familiarity with it. It almost sounded like, when I was letting that rinse in my head for a second, that this track sounded like, the band's back together again. Let's go. It just had a weird little vibe. I will say, though, that because of the fact that it was really contemporary written, you know, there was a predictability to it, like when the changes were going to pop, when, you know, when the boldness of the punchiness would come back in with the hook. But great track, Jakin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, next up, more cheesy wheel. You guys ready? Da, 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 da. You see? I'm singing it. I'm singing it. Just don't let them know that I sing so poorly. All right, guys. If you see your name on there, you're on there. If you don't, Mary had a little lamb and Doctor was surprised. Let's go. Whatever. Slow it down. Slow it down. I can't influence the wheel. Oh, just barely. Oh, my goodness. Okay, You Know Jesus. We were talking earlier. I think You Know Jesus was, or Jesus, is it? Is a very first time here. And so we're checking out what, excuse me, You Know Jesus wants. Let me see. See, I'm still singing the hook. See, that goes to show you, man. That's great song construction. All right. This song reminds me of a bird being freed from the cage. Fitting scene. Tori means bird. This is an anime called Code Geass. Code Geass. And the name of the song is Bokuwa Tori ni Naru. All right. I'm sure you guys know what that means, right? You guys familiar with that? Let's see what we got going on here. But it is from an anime. Geass. Geass? Geass. Okay, there you go. Here we go. Very lullaby-ish, this composition. I mean, considering they're just using the little Celeste-style bells with these kind of airy, whispery vocals. Hey, what's coming? What's coming? Something regal's coming up. 5-second rule. I take it the characters that are being represented in these songs are very soft-spoken. That little safe drum kit way in the back. anybody knows, I guess you know, if you know, you know, where is this being played over what kind of a scene? Yeah, it definitely seems like this would have been like an first of all, I loved it. I love the airiness of the voice. And obviously the first minute and a half, just with that kind of subtle toy box bells kind of an arrangement with the vocals, kept it very light and very whimsical. You know, it could be a reflective moment, a loving moment, a caring moment. But then even as it grew up and even as it grew through the arrangements and stuff, even the attempt of like throwing in, we need some drums or something to carry the rhythm. Well, let's put it in. We'll put it way in the back. Let's put it over there in the Grand Canyon somewhere. But you can hear it. It was there in that background and stuff. But they kept that theme through the whole track of the very whimsical floating voices. So, you know that you're probably right at the fact that it is more of an intimate scene or something that is subtle or storytelling, or maybe it's a love song of sorts. Of that nature, but that's the vibe that I got out of it, and also, like I said, welcome. If it's your first time coming in here, thank you very much for playing the Wheel of Cheese. Okay, next up, let's see who we got here for more wheelie. Let's go. Wheel of Cheese. Let me refresh the list here. Yeah, everybody gets a chance. Every time you refresh the list, you never know who parachutes in, and let's see what we got here this time around. Okay, refreshing list. List has been refreshed. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Do you see you there? I don't. Do you guys see you? I don't see me. Do you see you? Let's go. Ah, la, kala, we just hand and blur. Hey. You play all the angles. Did the dono boost. You're winning on Wheel of Cheese. Let's go to Vegas, bro. All right. Sir Hendembler is. I don't think Hendembler's here. Doesn't matter. That's why we dropped these on the. Gosh, excuse me. Hey, look, Hendembler, he did show up. Hendembler, you won. Hendembler. All right, guys. So let's see what. Oh, I've been needing to do a song from this band. I just haven't gotten back around to it. So our Wheel of Cheese winner for Hendembler, the message has been it's been a bit since we had some Streetlight Manifesto song. This is a very cool song from them. It explores Thomas Kalnoki's. Forgive me. Kalnoki's thoughts regarding suicide. From what I remember, he lost someone close to him from it. It also takes a bit about his, excuse me, the popcorn kernel. It also talks a bit about his complex feelings about great artists he admires as heroes, but that lost their struggle with mental illness. It's still got that high energy ska sound, but you gotta definitely feel the more sorrowful nature in parts. All right. So you guys, this is the winner of the Wheel of Cheese. Hendembler is asking us to check out Streetlight Manifesto song, Here's to Life. And so let's go ahead and let's go. All right. Mm-hmm.
a confidence friend of mine. We go drinking from time to time, and I find gets on her time.
The drummer and the bass player. Oof. You hear the rhythm guitar player just grinding back there?
Back all around on the street again. Look just now, so you couldn't swim by. Back all around on the street again. I'm not gonna play if there ain't no way I win.
Nice fill. Get that trombone, let's go.
And Hemingway never seemed to mind the banalities of a normal life, and I find gets hotter every time.
I love that drumming in this way is part of the arsenal. We're using the toms like that. God, the rhythm section is crushing. Guitar, bass, drums.
Back all around on the street again. Look just now, so you couldn't swim by. Back all around on the street again. I'm not gonna play if there ain't no way I win.
And I love in the recordings their sounds are real intimate, meaning like it sounds like they're in a garage in front of you or a small stage. Is that a bass clarinet?
Hey there, soldier, what did you do? Just when the world was looking to you to write anything that meant anything.
Wow, what a great change
Told
up.
us you were through. And it's been years since you passed away, but I see no plague and I see
listen to
no
that bass.
grave, and I can't help believing you wanted it that way.
Vincent Van Gogh, why do you weep? You were on your way to heaven, but the road was steep. Who was there to break your fall? Guilty one and all.
And I don't know much, but I do know this. With a golden heart comes a rebel fist. I can't help agreeing with those that would not quit.
They're so good at their horn arrangements. The answer backs and stuff. I love that.
When it makes me sick when I think of it, all my heroes could not live with this, and I hope you rest in peace because with us you never did. And KDC, you were much too young and you changed my life, but I draw the line at suicide.
The bass is just crushing. I think one of the magical things about Streetlight Manifesto in the short, you know, I've maybe listened to about 5 or 6 songs in the course of the last 5 years I've been doing this and stuff. One of the things that I find the most authentic about this is that it sounds like they go in and hit record and go. You know, I'm sure there could be some overdubs and stuff like that, but there is such soul and life in the horn section. What I mean by that is the little nuances that, you know, the horn sections like, there used to be a horn section in Los Angeles back in the 80s and 90s that would be like the A-team horn section that they would call when there were sessions and stuff. And everything was brilliantly perfect and sounded phenomenal and stuff. These musicians are phenomenal as well, but it's like part of their whole presentation and performance is allowing the human element of playing horns and staying in tune, and just little nuances that sometimes somebody would want to go, oh, let me do that line again. I want it to be a little cleaner, or I want it to be a little. I think that's what gives the true life and soul to what Streetlight Manifesto is all about. Now, as far as the ska kind of vibe, I'm still fairly new at that ska kind of style, but this particular song, I think because it was explained that it had a lot to do with mental illness and other things, and suicide, and I think how, if I recall, the message was, maybe perhaps it was the singer, the song was written because some of his own heroes had passed away and didn't pull through mental health. What I loved about the song was that it kind of seemed like a mental health journey. You know, the interlude that popped up, it got softer, it came, and then a few of the shifts in the rhythmic structure and the percussion and the arrangements. I thought the song was phenomenal, and I'm just in love with the horn section and the way they express themselves. And then full stop, the vocalist just absolutely crushed. You know, that whole style is new to me, but I love it. You know, it's one of the few genres, truly, that whenever I'll hear 2 or 3 of these songs in a row, I don't feel like I have, let's say, plowed through a playlist as much as really enjoyed it. Like, I don't know why I just don't jam up a playlist of whether it's Streetlight Manifesto or any of the ska bands. I think that earlier, what's the other one that we listened to a bit? Maybe SB or Lisa. What is it? Voodoo Skull? That has a little bit more of a proggy, edgier vibe to it, but that's another one too that's been a standout for me. I think that was Lisa. If Lisa's still here, I don't know, yeah, Voodoo Glow Skulls, yes, Skills. So, huge fan, always will be a Streetlight Manifesto, and I'm glad that we had the opportunity to listen to it. So, thank you for bringing that around, because you won on the Wheel of Cheese. Everybody should play the Wheel of Cheese. That's why you're going to click on that link down there where it says ding on YouTube. Join us on Twitch. All right, next up, more Wheel of Cheese. We spin. Let's rock and load. Let me get this here. Excuse me. All right, Henderbro, thank you for that. Big winner. Okay, let's see if your name's anybody here. I'm going to redo that. That didn't seem to refresh the load. Because, you know, you need a little sleep in between refreshing the load, right? I mean, a little time between. I'm just saying. Oh, fuck. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to see myself out here. That was just the worst. That was such a mangina statement. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. We've got a whole new. Ah, yes. Gotta love that. Here we go, guys. Let's spin the wheel. All right. Super band. The super band moment of my Wheel of Cheese. Who is it? I think it's Doc Doom. I don't know. Oh. Ah, ha, 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 ha. All right. Let's see what Doc Doom wants. Doc Doom would like us to check out. All right. Excuse me. God, I shouldn't eat popcorn when I'm doing this. I get all choked up. I'm so sorry, guys. Now I gotta take a sip of water because I can't breathe. Because Doc Doom wants us to listen to. Greyhaven. You guys know the band Greyhaven, don't you? We've listened to some Greyhaven. You have been summoned, Doc Doom. You have won the Metal Wheel of Cheese. We are going to be listening to Greyhaven Burn a Miracle. Okay? So this is from Doc Doom, the winner of our Wheel of Cheese spin. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Oh, somebody put a webcam on my relaxing chair there? What a great riff.
It's never that far behind a silent apparition. Never was a friend of mine. Feel like it's self-destructive. Said it like 1,000 times. Did anybody listen? Anybody listen? Take me to the ritual. Bleed it out again.
Great track.
Singing while it leaves another hole in my head. I notice how it feels. I love the way it hurts. Take another miracle and let it burn. Feeling like an ending. Yeah, I feel so loud, I feel cheap. Yeah, I feel left out, I can't breathe. Yeah.
What a great riff, that pattern.
Keep a picture of it. Keep a picture of it. I'm never at the starting line. Acting out of pure resentment. Feels like I'm burning alive.
What a great sound on that bass.
I just wanna make it clear. Try not to get distracted. I don't wanna disappear. Now that everybody's watching. Bleeding out
The
again.
video's done really well, sadly.
I love the way it hurts.
Almost looks like somebody's had a security cam in my house.
Take me to the ritual. Bleed it out again. Singing while it leaves another hole in my head. I notice how it feels. I love the way it hurts. Take another miracle and let it burn. Take a look inside. They notice. I listen to them.
What a ballsy sound with the bass and guitars here.
But I feel like that they should know better. They look inside.
You know, that riff, there is a periphery kind of vibe in that, which is a great thing.
But I feel like that I should know better. I feel
Oh shit, the breakdown.
gave my life and shame. I gave them blood, gave them all my love. I gave my life and shame. I gave them blood, gave them all my love.
What a badass track. Uh-oh. I kind of want to wait to see what happens at the end here to the poor old guy. Oh, very, very unique production there. Great on the video. Badass track, super badass track. That riff was really creative. You know, a lot of really super big jumps in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I'm getting old and I can't remember. Not the voicings, but the intervals. Great interval jumping in that riff. You know, all that sort of stuff is very masterful. I did kind of, now you see me, now you don't, sorry. I did enjoy the clean to gnarly vocal shift of it. The breakdown was really super cool. The tone of the bass and the guitars, of course, was really mental. But the big standout for me was the guitar, the guitar riffage work. You know, as far as the arrangements, the musicians, they were all killing it, especially the vocalist and the drummer. Yeah, the drummer was smoking some serious turns. Is that very metalcore? Yes, exactly, extremely metalcore. Okay, more Wheel of Cheese. We keep marching on with the Wheel of Cheese. Here we go. Doc Doom, thank you so much for playing. Down here in the Wheel of Cheese, hanging out with us. We'll see what else we got. Let's refresh the list. List is now refreshed. Okay, guys, are you ready for cheesy? Let's wheezy. See who this is. Round and round, where she goes, where it lands. Nobody knows. Could it be? Oh, and it stays on Ginger. I was thinking it was gonna leak into Lisa Wolf Yellow. But I'm gonna take a wild guess what this is. Should I? I'm not going to. I should have taken a wild. Ginger's #1 pick from Vylet Pony. This track is called Dual-Headed Hydranoid. I got to make sure I get my seat correct for this because Vylet Pony is such an incredible editor and music and the whole thing, and I want to sit down and be all prepped for it. So this song is by artist Vylet Pony. The name of the song is Dual-Headed Hydranoid, and it says here the song ends at 13:12. So that's obviously means because it's part of an album play. All right, guys, we're doing this. Some more Vylet Pony, courtesy of Ginger.
We're being dominated. Go on the aggression.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer.
Different, for sure.
So this is the way.
Yeah, you don't see the bottom till you hit it. Thinks you're tired, that shit ain't fitted. Broken bitch, broken heart. Oh my code is been a minute. Nothing on that Betty. Packing sir just hold me steady. Hop in the pony, sacrifice. Are you ready?
God, she's so rhythmical.
Hydranoid, double face, paranoid. Push it down and flip a coin. I'm your monster, I'm your
Very,
terror.
very cool placement.
Taking the sights, yeah. Double kill, side. Ursula's on that ride.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way.
Versace, there's ponies that watch me when I'm going sloppy. E4, E5, pound up my alley. I'm taking
God,
your
whatever tone she's using for that bottom end is badass.
Like I'll be your mom. Turn you to stone as a bug in the kid. I'll be gunning you down and I don't give a shit.
It's almost kind of got a dubsteppy bass warble to it.
Drop the feds. ACAB, put a B in a shed. Bag here with a gap.
Eat salad, yeah. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring
love
out
that.
the juicer.
Hop on the pony, bring out that juicer.
Hop in the Vylet pony, getting the quick scopes. Hop in the Vylet pony, playing with the boss.
I'm on top of my shit when I'm at the lowest. Something about the game, maybe I should know this. But I'm hot like Pyrus and crunk like Tybris. So great and
Crunk.
powerful, we got
Isn't
magic
crunking like a
inside
dance?
us. Dual-headed Hydranoid, this one's not for the boys. Ring the gold in the ups, just that make you really sick. So just get the hop in for the dance on your sins. Every single head spins, break the neck and the grin. Where do you think that I've been, bitch? Hop the pony in. Do it for the win. Hop the pony in. Do it for the win.
This hypocrisy is calculated. Fuck your bitch and juice it out. This game is rated. Head for every face, every taste, every self, every phrase, self-embrace. Try it out, babe. Put a stop
God,
on
her
that
cadence.
I don't give a fuck about a shade. Silly boys, I'm booty brain. Yeah, masquerade on that ball. 3 to 8 on that thrall. Pouring shots in the hall. I fuck your red and that's all. Hop in the lobby. I'm not taking pictures. I'm calling your mommy. Put you on salad 100% in the bitch cause we're still modern talking.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer.
Hop in the pony, bring out the juicer.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way. Let's go, fun.
So that was it. He said that's where I stopped. That's it. That is so completely unique, Ginger, from anything of hers that I've ever heard. And without a doubt, it's seamless. It is seamlessly Vylet Pony. You know, I've gotten to really, as listening, like as an old Obi-Wan Kajibski in the cave and seeing the young Padawan, you know, a young artist such as Vylet Pony, one of the things that, and just with my listening, just with my ears, detecting her life's pattern, if you would, her rhythmical mechanics transcend each one of the tracks that I listen to. Even her, so even, I think Ginger, once you had me listen to a track of hers that was like really super mellow, but still yet there was like, I'm like, yeah, this is Vylet Pony. You can hear just by even the rhythmical nuances that you know, she has a very unique rhythm pattern happening in her head. Remember, guys, all this is happening in here for her. And what I'm laughing at is the fact is I get it. It's kind of an ADHD composer syndrome where you have 25 different rhythm patterns that are going on that are making sense in the conversation in here. It's just trying to get out here. And Vylet Pony has the ability to put it out there on her DAW and get it out there. I don't. It's just sitting in here, and all I do now is just walk crop circles and carpets. But great track, Ginger. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's go ahead, and thanks for the lyrics too. I was having fun following it. Let's go ahead and let's hit another wheel of cheese. Time for a refreshment of the list. Are you guys enjoying your wheel of cheese session right now? You guys enjoying your cheesy wheel? All right. Here we go. There's a refreshment of the list. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Are we all ready? Let's go. Rear, 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 rear. Who do we got? Oh my goodness. Is it? Oh, ooh, that was so close. Shocked Frog. How are you? I don't know if Shocked Frog is still here. But it's been a minute. How you been, Shocked Frog? If you're not here, if you are here, cool beans. If you're not here, well, and you see this on YouTube, a big aloha to you. You won. So we're listening to your track. Let's see what Shocked Frog wants. Shocked Frog wants us to an indie band. Whoops. This one is called Pinback. Have you guys ever heard of the indie band Pinback? The name of this song is AFK. So, Shocked Frog, this is for you. You won some Wheel of Cheese. Let's see what this song is all about from Pinback. All right. Great guitar tone. Wow, I'm loving this production. God, this is really, really super great production. Got a little light and airy right here. I love that the melody right there is following a guitar line, or vice versa. God, the bass is so subtle back there. I love that when the guitar's following the melody. I know, right? That room ambiance is pretty. Half a second. Oh, that's a good term, surf lurk. Oh. You're right.
And I miss you, not in a sled away, but I miss you.
That warm bass now is holding it. That was a great track. The vibes of it, getting you into just kind of that kind of like an eyes rolling behind your head, just kind of into that. But what I loved about that is the production. You know, the guitars were super clean and super well done, but pretty hot in the mix. Where Amon and I were kind of joking around about the drum room sound, where the drums were actually pulled back in the mix, but whether it was, you know, a lift in the faders on the overhead that gave us more of a room ambiance vibe to it, like almost as if this is what great production's about for me, is when you're aware of the dry wet elements in a mix. The guitars were very dry, clean, well engineered, EQ wise, very dry. The kit was fairly dry as well. The kit itself, if there was any mics on the toms and everything else. But where the engineer or the producer and everybody decided to give it just a little bit of ambience is the overhead mics, or they don't necessarily even have to be overhead, which means the microphones that go above cymbals or something. Sometimes, depending on how you're recording, if you really like the room sound, you'll actually take the mics and take them to the back of the room and put them way up, so that the early reflections and stuff kind of bounce off the corners in a very unique way. It's just geeky sound engineering shit. So that you're actually getting a different kind of room sound. Sometimes there's engineers I've seen in sessions and stuff that'll put two sets of overheads in standard, and then way back and deeper in the room and stuff like that. I mean, because you can manufacture that You know, if you're a good engineer and you have plugins and stuff, you can kind of manufacture that. But part of the organic process, especially if you're a sound engineer that you really love your job, is go ahead and take those, what do we do if we do? I wonder what would happen if, you know. And also where the vocals, you know, for a track that had that nice, you know, just the way the guitar was played, everything was playing, and you had that very unique kind of vocal kind of performance as well. Kind of stayed in the pocket, tonally. But I had no other band that I've heard of that I can say it sounds like. So full stop. These guys sound totally original. And yeah, I thought it was badass. That was a great listen. Anybody else agree? Do you guys agree? I agreed. I did. How about some more cheese? I say we do cheese. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cheesy Weezy. Let's see who else is coming in. Shocked Frog. He's going to be shocked that we did a song because he won. Okay, here we go. Freshen it up. Are you guys ready? You ready? Ready. Here we go. Who's the wiener going to be? We've had a lot of close calls here. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, my. One of our Cato nobility. Cato nobility. Accountability. Cato nobility. Okay, let's see what Aman wants. Are you still here, Aman? You left. Did Aman leave? There he is. Uh-oh. He's asking me to save this for last. Yes, I can do that for you. So we will save this for last. Okay? Okay. Post it on my forehead. Okay, so that's what it is. All right. We're saving this for Aman since he's Aman nobility. All right, here we go. I know everybody's curious. It's like, what? What is this all about? Like, this is even making me a little nervous. All right, let's continue to spin then. We shall continue the spin. Here we go. Who are we spinning? Who's it going to be? No, it's going to be 1 a.m. Oh! This one. Frickin' burnt popcorn. Lissan's Muse, let's see what you want. Lissan's would you like us to listen to? Okay. Oh, that's happy weekend. I've been jamming out to this song lately and realized that this artist is part of a couple of groups I love, Groove Armada and Weekend Players. Enjoy and hope it's a chill day. So, Lissan's Muse wants us to listen to a song called Together is the World by the AbbaCado. Oh, I'm sorry, AbbaCado. I'm not kidding you. It's AbbaCado, not AbbaCado. We're doing that. Here we go. All right. Lawsuit. I love that descending. God, if this music was around in the 70s, I'd be packing a bowl of this full stop. You know, filling my bowl of cereal, you know, with milk. Little theremin work there, it sounds like. Part of a balanced breakfast, of course. I think it is, guys. Is this trip hop? Is this considered trip hop? That's a good point. I hear that. Got that short slap on the ambience for the snare. That gated slap. God, I love that Lessons. That was such a chill track, and I love when my head just gets into it, and because I didn't say much of anything through it because I just loved the groove of it, you know. The attractive part to me though was just the EP chords, the electric piano chords. Because everything else was like, you know, had its percussive. Almost everything else was fairly percussive in the arrangements. There was a little bit of a kind of like a theremin vibe in there every now and then showed up. But I like just what the chords were doing. It's that laid back, very stony stuff. Like I said, it's just like if there was music like this in the 70s, I would be in my VW bus, you know, just before I paddle out. And just be going for it, you know, pulling a nugget on the machine and be putting on my wetsuit and paddle out somewhere. Definitely had that vibe for me. In the old days. God, I torture myself with this frickin' popcorn. Yeah, that's what I opened up with M on, was that nice little cadence of the bass. Dun, 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 dun. You know. I was able to get the mic. Yes, I know. I choke. I'm down at the very end, though. You know? I just suffer. I'm suffering. I like to suffer. So, let's see what we got here. Stand by. Next up, some more. Let me refresh the data. Okay. Data is refreshed. More cheesies coming up. Let's go. What do we got here? Oh, I suck. Let me try that again. Quit laughing at me. I know you're laughing at me. Let's see if Patty Cakes gets a chance. Nope. All right. Savage from Space. Sounds like a 1950s kind of like Ghosts from Outer Space. Let's see. Oh my God. So. Whoops, bad one, bad one, bad one, bad one. There we go. Savage from Space wants us to listen to some polka, some soft music. One of my favorites, spoken word in metal, is underrated. I'm just kidding. Savage in Space, are you here by chance? By any chance? Nope, you're not. Well, we're doing your song. Congratulations. This is from a band called Slice the Cake. Do you guys know Slice the Cake? I don't know if I've ever heard that. This is called The Lantern. Okay, so here we go. All right. For a second, I was getting Essence of Outer Wilds.
Passage, though. What worth would such things be without a pen with which to write, or a voice with which to speak? If I found she gazing back at me as the second night descends. Time steals us all away one day, does it not? It robs us of the things we want to hold on to the most. Believe me when I say that it lies in wait for no man or woman to make their haste. Just as easily 1,000 years would go to waste. The work is all the same, but for the eye of God, is it not? Perhaps it is a plot I've lost. Perhaps I've lost my way. At this point, are they not the same? Am I not treading the one and only pilgrim's westward way? To do the workings of the one and only thing? Have I not come this very way? Such of higher things at stake. I have seen it manifest, and I have seen it ache. And I have been the squander, and I have been the mirth as their eyes have had from heaven sent to guide them to that badge as they foster their impurity and mock the very way in which the lurking and the murmuring shall speak from night to day. Will they choke upon that poison and speak the poison word for the beneficing the purity result? Oh, what a shame, oh, what a tragedy it is for these words to fall apart.
What an amazing build on a two-chord structure here. Yes, my mic was muted. They're giving you the super clean version of what the ugly is when they decided to turn it to 11. Listen to the arrangements. Great drum work too, between the hi-hat and the cymbals and stuff. Ooh, that piano.
She told me once. This is what happens.
They're gonna hit us in the balls with that acoustic guitar riff on 11. Watch. At least that's what it feels like. Yep. Badass. And they still have the piano work happening. That last minute and a half when they came ball blasting in with the guitars, out of the whole song, that was my favorite section. But I think what made it my favorite section is they took us through a couple of types of arrangements using the same 2 chords. This was a 2-chord track. It seemed like to me. I could have gotten a little lost somewhere. This was just going back and forth between 2 chords. What this, for me, what makes this like such a great listen is I'm that guy that, because of my arranging mentality as a composer, like to me the real super trickery is, okay, I'm gonna give you 2 chords. Just here to here, here to here. Now, I'm gonna give you 6 minutes, and we wanna take it and build it up into something, go. And let's have a great time with dynamics. A little soft, a little hard, a little dark, a little metal, a little gnarly, a little acoustic. Bring it back down. Tease us with the riff. Go ahead and do that. Back and forth, on and on, on and on. But what I will say is that the last part of that arrangement, what was so mental for me on that one, just was how well that pattern, their riff locked up with the drums. A lot of times, I mean, it's something that I think most metal bands want to achieve, is that every time that there is any kind of a chug in a pattern, it's to be accented with some kind of percussive element from the drummer. So if you play drums or if you know anything about writing music, that's similar to like if at the end of a fill, and you hit the cymbal without hitting the kick. 95% of the time, anytime you hear a cymbal at the end of a phrase, the kick is right below it. You know, that's just something that's just an always been thing. And so it's the same thing with that, the ending riff pattern. It doesn't mean that it was always the kick, but whether it was a tom fill, part of a tom fill, part of an accent from a snare, there was always something that was backing that up. And that's super badass. That's where I love where this particular style of metal has gone, that I've been exposed to in the last 5 years of doing all this decomposer lounge and listening to music. Like, I had no idea this stuff existed. I think if I would have been a little more ear into the industry as early as, you know, in the 90s, I would have found Meshuggah, I would have found, you know, other great bands that did, you know, I didn't really even listen to Slayer and stuff like that, or some of the OGs, if you would, of new metal and stuff like that. I think the last track, the last piece of music that I heard before I completely just pulled away from the metal scene was Korn's first album. So from Korn until 2020, when I started this channel, I was void of any of the joy of this. So when I listen to this, I feel like an 18-year-old getting my head cleared by, these kind of patterns and stuff. So anyhow, let's continue on. Some more wheelie. Another popcorn reference. No, Korn didn't stop me from doing it. I just, after, I think the Korn thing happened after the alternative run, didn't it? Or wait a second, let me go back in my brain. When was that? Korn came after Pearl Jam and stuff, right? Didn't they? Help me with this, guys. I mean, if I was ever involved in a genre where I was like, I really like when I really dove back into the more organic, let's say raw part of rock or anything, was the alternative. So I don't know where, I can't remember now because it's too many years, but around the same time? Yeah, I don't know. It was just something about, it's post-Nirvana. That I remember. Yeah, definitely post-Nirvana. But I just don't know, like, was Pearl Jam past the album 10 or Soundgarden past that, their albums and stuff, their first big, super big hits, and then came Korn, or if it was something that started, because I didn't, if I understand right, wasn't Korn like the breakaway genre that they created, or whatever that sound was, that kind of evolved, that kind of left alternative behind, like alternative started to just kind of get meh, and then Korn and new metal kind of came in, something like that. I can't recall. Okay, well then, so I'll just shut up if I can't recall. I can't recall. Okay, refreshing the list. Here we go. You guys ready for some spin? Let's spin, please. Here we go. Oh, visibility. Oh. How close was that? How close was that? Maybe I should respin. I don't know. Should I? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. MP3 Junkie 3Y. Don't you dare. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what MP3 wants us to check out. Wants us to check out some progressive music, apparently. Hope this is new for some of the Catos. Enjoy. Folks, we are going to be listening to a band called Mandroid Echostar, and the name of the track is Citadels. And this is coming from MP3 Junkie. Let's go. All right. Clean. Super proggy, love it. That's a great riff right there. A little bit of Coheed and Cambria, do you think, guys? I mean, the voice also, you know, but it just kind of has those vibes, I think. Give me that wah pedal. Wow, 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 wow. So proggy, nicely proggy. Think, what's that sound with that guitar? Reminds me of an 80s instrumental. This. I like this fading into the guitar. Acoustic guitar's got that kind of shanty 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, da, da, da. Great track. Definitely, you know, it definitely did have for me once it really started ramping that Coheed and Cambria kind of vibe. I think the voice is not a lot like Claudio, but yet because it's high up in that range, the melodies alongside with that kind of musicianship and that kind of skilled arrangement kind of pushed that proggy envelope a little bit. I also liked the solo, I wasn't able to pin it. But that whole solo at the end, it's not even, I don't even think it was a solo. It's the arrangement at the end that had the harmony throughout the whole thing. I guess you can consider it as a solo. But that lead arrangement definitely had a tone that made me feel nostalgic for another sound in the 80s or a style of composition. I'm trying to remember what it is. But anyhow, MP3, thank you so much, man, for dropping it in here. I really super dug the track. And this was released about 8 years ago. At least, I mean, here on YouTube, you know, through TuneCore. So I don't know what the original, let me see if it may say, oh, this was done in 2013, this particular track. Sounded great, man. Thank you so much. Okay, one more wheel of cheese, and then I got to cash in on almonds. There is something that's dangling here. J2O Juiced. This was just a wheel of cheese session. I noticed that you did parachute in and drop a dono, but let me promise you this. When I come back, you'll be my number one dono when I come back, because I wanted to just focus on the cheese. I hope you don't mind. But I do guarantee you when I come back, you're going to be the first one, if that's okay. Okay, one more wheel of cheese. And then I'm going to close with Almond's track. Oh, sorry. This sucks. Nope, I'm sorry. It was a premature e-punctuation. This does not count. This does not count. I pressed the wrong button at the wrong time. But what I won't do is remove the coop. I know, no, it was totally, you know, like I said, I prematurely pressed the spot, so my bad. So here we go, hot dog. Okay, let me refresh and make sure. I don't want to make that same mistake. It's 1 a.m.'s fault. It's a scam, I tell you. Okay, and we are refreshed. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. You ready? Sorry about that. Let's go. It's legit now. Last wheel before we do Amon's song. Who is this? Oh my gosh, so close. Caving 1021. Caving 1021, are you here? Let's see what Caving would like here. Caving wants us to do. There you go. You won, Caving. All right. So we're going to be listening to some alternative. Boy, I love how you guys are getting right under that 7-minute load. I know, Death by Pixel. Oh, Almond, I just love your theater of the mind. Okay, Death by Pixels. Sorry. So, Craving 1021 wants us to listen to a band, I believe. Here's the message here. Swallow the Sun is a Finnish melodeath metal band. However, this song is absolutely not metal in any way, shape, or form. It's an instrumental, which I believe I will enjoy. You will enjoy. I will enjoy. I remember listening to your reaction to The Smoke of Many Fires by Be'lakor, and you absolutely loved the softer side strings to it. I did. I remember that. Either way, hopefully you enjoy this masterpiece of a song. Everybody, this is from Caving 1021, the official winner of that Wheel of Cheese spin. This song is called A Bunch of Numbers. I don't know how to... Let's find out what this is. Here we go. All right. This is called 6650 North, 2840 East. that soft growl of the bass back there. This is just letting you marinate in the moment, man. It's great. Sorry, I'm not saying a lot here because I'm just so into the track right now. That was a really nice bass arrangement leading back into that drop down to the root. I love that. Was a great production move there. A little mono guitar holding that line, and now they split it to piano, guitar, hard left, hard right. Listen to what the bass is doing. Oh man, that was it. Sneaking in under that 7-minute tightrope there. What a great track. You're totally right. I just so glided on that and was so enjoying the mellowness of it. But what I love is that for a band that has that kind of, darker metal vibe about who they are as a band as a whole, that a track like this sits somewhere in a project, somewhere on an album, somewhere, in what's the other word that they use when it's a conception album, concept album, whatever it is, that it just, once again, it just shows the musicality of the arrangement, the musicality of the musicians, the arrangements, and the fact that not everything is like, rah, that there's got to be somewhere in there an equal balance, even if it's one song out of 10 that pulls you to this side, This song was a great glide song. I didn't say jack on this because I was just, all kinds of thoughts were coming into my head. It set my brain into such a chill vibe. I got very relaxed. I got very, hey. But I did notice a lot of really fun things that was happening with the arrangements. One of them was really kind of towards the end. The guitar pattern, something like that. The bass was right on top of that pattern. So instead of it, it's and then that pattern is sometimes you might hear the bass going boom, 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 right? No, he had a really great. He was right on top of that pattern. It was another side. It was another arrangement of notes, but the tempo of that pattern, those eighth notes, actually those are 16th. If this was the, dot, 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 you know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty bold. I really liked it. Yes, sir. Death do metal. Yeah, they do. I guess you're right. Yes, absolutely. Oh, hey, Loose Wheel. Welcome. I have one more song to go, but welcome. And thanks for dropping. Everybody say hi to Loose Wheel. I'm glad you like that. Frou Frou is one of my favorite, actually. Frou Frou actually has a very unique connection with me. Just to lean into that a little bit. Frou Frou has a unique connection to me because I just want to repeat this story because it's just such a great story and it reminds me of my father. As my dad was getting older, as he started getting into his late 70s, he wasn't driving as much, and whenever he'd go to the airport, it'd be a big drive from North LA County to LAX on PCH. And this one time I said, hey, Dad, check this out. And I popped in Frou Frou. And, my dad was very open-minded. I mean, if there's anything that I got from my dad truly is being an open-minded listener, all genres and whatever. He goes, yeah, play it for me. Let's hear what you got. And I thought, this might be just a little techie, a little, really linear sounding. I said, but Dad, check this out. My dad loved every bit of it. When he came back from that particular trip, I had to drop him off to the airport. He flew out to Argentina. When he came back, I picked up him and his wife. And he goes, oh, you have that music? I was like, yes, I do. So Frou Frou is whenever I mention the name, whenever I listen to the music, I automatically kind of dial into, that moment with my father. So I went on that little tangent there. But anyhow, welcome. So I'm going to be now doing Amon's song. This is Amon 1, The Wheel of Cheese, but asked me to do this for last. So, yes, Caving, please do. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby. All right. So, yes, we've already finished our Wheel of Cheese for the day, guys. So thank you so much. But hang in there for a little bit. Amon did win. Let's stick around and listen to what he wants us to listen to because he specifically said, let's save this for last. So I think all of us are a little curious on why. In a world when the cheese spins and the wheel rolls, Amon shows up and he says, you must wait. Stupid. I'm not a nostalgic person, but Malo is a sound that has consistently brought out a vibrant warmth inside me since childhood that has followed around since. An ensemble of 12, including Carlos Santana's younger brother Jorge on guitar, Malo was an infusion of rock, Latin jazz, funk, and soul with deep Mexican and Afro-Cuban roots such as salsa, rumba, and guacamole, I'm sorry, I can't. And their music. Probably best known for their love ballad, Suavecito. This is the most infectious, danceable song from their debut 1972 album with a driving boogaloo beat that's flat out impossible to keep still throughout. Hope this Chicano classic also brings out warmth and a smile for everyone as well. Malo is always aloha. Very well said. Very well written, Aman. Thank you so much. You know, you are a treasure to the Catos here. Fast-witted, thinking, funny things that you say and do. And of course, I know you have very unique tastes in music, and I'm glad that we had an opportunity to land on you. So here we go, guys. Last song of the stream. This is coming from Aman, and the name of the band is Malo, and the name of the song is Nena. Guys, let's go. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm already moving. Come on, guys. You got to be dancing in the chat. Let's get those emotes going, brah. Let's see who can be most creative with the dancing emotes out there. Let's do this. A little bit of the lowrider vibe, yeah, for sure. Ooh, that timbali work. Ooh, the rhythm guitar player is crushing on the left. I love the piano work. Yeah, there's the roads in there. There we go. Sing to me. That's a good one. That's a good emote. Hey, GH, welcome. God, I'm such a sucker for timbales. That's a funny one, Pete. Oh yeah, turn up. I forgot about that one. I like da 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 da. Oh, there it is. Let's go. I called that the booger roll when I was a kid. Like a booger roll. Oh, definitely now we can hear the Santana influence. Once again, this is about locking into a great groove, 2 chords, back and forth, just getting you in there. Yo quiero a la bailar. Yo quiero a bailar. Me voy al señor. Te voy a enseñar. Pero yo tengo un problema porque yo bailo sin chica. Yo bailo solo. I know, where's Tonto Corazon? We need Of course, you need that ending. Oh my God, Christopher Walken's going nuts on the cowbell. Yes, sir. That one ending the stream from Amon. Thank you so much. Now I know why you asked us to wait for the end. That was such a great way to end the stream. Thank you so much. Put a little bit of salsa in our Saturday night, or wherever you may be. I know that SB and the folks my friends in Australia, it's already Sunday for you. That was great. There's not anything I want to say about that song except that full stop. You know, very nostalgic for me. I think just because of my, my heritage, the years of listening to many different forms of combo, salsa, African combos, with Latin infused works. It's just, a very tonto corazon. Yes, he should have been here for that. He would have loved it. He would have been dancing, baila en la mundo. He would have been dancing on the moon, And so anyhow, what a great way to end the stream. I can't thank you guys enough. Christopher Walken. Ghost worm. Oh my God. So